What is going on, guys? It's been a while. How y'all doing? Today I am your Pokemaster, another Soviet, aka the Black Vigilante. And it's been a while since I've posted a video, so I just want to apologize for my brief hiatus. And with that apology, I just want to introduce you guys to a new team. It is a lot of fun to use, and I'm pretty good with it. I do pretty good with it anyways, and as you can see, this guy's already bragging, so we're going to show him how to play Pokemon. His team actually, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty well made, but we're just going to go ahead and Mega on this Beedrill. He's probably going to protect anyway, so I'm just going to set up Stealth Rocks, as he does protect. Very predictable. I'm fine with that. I really don't care about Mega Beedrill too much. I got my Fortress, I got my Fabio, yeah. I've got my Mega Swampert. There's nothing really to worry about, and I can pretty much fire off an EQ safely. I don't care what if he wants to switch out into something that'll take it. It's not a big deal to me. So let's see what he's gonna U-turn out into. I'm predicting probably the Crobat or something. Maybe the Hydreigon. Although I don't think the Hydreigon would have much for my Swampert. But he might be able to. He probably could get me with a Draco from there. And he's just going to end up going into his Donphan. That's a little weird. But I do get the Earthquake damage off, so I'm just going to go for a nice Waterfall here on this Donphan. And it should hit him pretty decently. I know it wasn't going to KO, but I just figured he was going to set up Stealth Rocks anyway. And I'm fine with that. So I'm just going to get off a Roar because I kind of expect him to want to go for Rapid Spin. So I just want to get him out of here. I don't really necessarily... Oh, but he's going to switch out into his Hydreigon anyway. So that turns out good for me, and I end up dragging him out into his Crobat. Nice, nice, nice. So I can just hit this thing with a Waterfall pretty hard too. I know he's probably just going to U-turn, as he actually ends up taunting. Not quite sure why. Probably because he doesn't want me to roar again. But I'm going to get off a lot of damage with that Waterfall, so I'm pretty fine with making that trade there. I'm debating on going for EQ because I don't know what he's going to switch out into, but he's just going to stay in, unfortunately. I really thought he was going to switch out. I didn't think he wanted to sack this thing just yet for the defog, but he does have the Donphan for the Rapid Spin, but that thing's pretty much a goner now. I don't know if he has defog on this or not, but I guess we shall see. And he does have the Roost, so he may not. I do get a crit. It's not really going to matter that much. He's going to have to switch out anyway. So I think I'm going to try and roar him out. Hopefully he doesn't taunt me again. Actually, no. I'm going to go for a Waterfall. That'd be stupid. Just in case he does try and taunt me, because I can take out the Crobat from there. If he wants to Roost, then fine. I get more damage off. And luckily he's just going to U-turn out here. So let's see what he's going to go into. I'm guessing, I don't know what he would go into. Aggron, maybe? He's going to go into his Donphan, and this thing is going to be a goner for sure. I think he would have gone down to the Earthquake anyway, but I'm not 100% on that. And he's going to bring out his Chandelure now. This is definitely not really a switch-in, but I can definitely see the Grass Knot coming. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Sap Sipper Goodra here and get the attack raise if he wants to go for that. Whatever he wants to do, I can pretty much eat it up, so it doesn't matter. And I do predict the Energy Ball quite nicely. So from here I can pretty much just Dragon Tail around his whole team with the +1 attack. So I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully this thing isn't going to trick me later. I kind of worry about that in case it does have specs or something like that. I definitely don't want to get tricked from the Chandelure, but like I said, I I can just curse up on this thing, but honestly, yeah, I can curse up on this thing. He's not gonna do anything to me. And I'm gonna need the defense for Aggron probably. And he'll just go down to Brave Bird Recoil anyway. So yeah, and I pretty much win with my Goodra if I play this right, because this thing pretty much sweeps everything. Once again, I got this set for Goodra from Pyrotaz. You guys should check out his channel. I'll link it down in the description. He posts a lot of good videos. But yeah, he made this Goodra set, and I like it a lot. It's won me a lot of games in UU. It's pretty OP. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of it. But I am just gonna rest and sleep talk up on this thing. I can definitely eat up a few heavy slams, and hopefully I can get a Dragon Tail off while I am asleep. Hopefully I'm able to connect with a Dragon Tail this next one, and I am, luckily. So we get this thing out of here, and Beedrill, I can definitely eat up anything from this Beedrill. I can honestly just keep going for some Dragon Tails and just be able to take out this Beedrill gladly, happily. And yeah, I always love beating up on people who like to shit talk and say they already won before. Once again, Goodra's Spadef is so high, I should be able to eat up even a Shadow Ball as I am. And that is freaking incredible. If he critted me, I would have gone down, but honestly, from this point, it doesn't really matter. My Nidoking pretty much just wins from here anyway. As well as my Snorlax can pretty much ruin his team. And I am just gonna take out the Chandelure there. It's pretty much a game from here. I mean, like I said, there's not really much he can do. My Goodra just destroys this. It destroys pretty much everything, to be honest. It's kind of douchey to use. It's one of those, like, OP rest mons. Like Suicune. And, yeah, he's just going to bring out Hydreigon. He will go down to a Dragon Tail, obviously, and I do get a Dragon Tail off, which is awesome. And this Aggron does not stand a chance at all in hell. And, yeah, I pretty much just I did destroy his whole team with just my Mega Swampert and my Goodra. So I like this team a lot. It's pretty fun to use. I recommend trying out that core at least, and maybe try and make your own team, or even using this exact team. That's fine by me. I obviously do not care, because I borrow other people's teams, like the Pyrotaz Goodra. So yeah, like I said, pretty much I can go into my Swampert or my my Nidoking. It doesn't really matter. I kind of just want to go into this thing to see maybe if he has speed, which he does. So yeah, now I can just fire off Earth Power and it'll be fine. I can destroy this thing very easily with the Nidoking. And yeah, that's a game. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys on over to the next one now. If you enjoyed this one so far, please leave a thumbs up. Hey, what up, guys? Welcome to the second battle. My opponent's team looks pretty interesting. The Scrafty is going to be a bit of an issue here. But I'm hoping my Goodra can definitely take on this team quite well. So I gotta try and get the Scrafty out of the excuse me, the Scrafty out of the way, because he is gonna be a big issue. Like I said, I honestly don't have too much for him. The Swampert can take it on decently, I guess, and like I said, if I set up with my Goodra, then I can take it on. But my Fortress, I mean, yeah, it can wall it decently, but still, it's not really that great of a wall. And I'm just going to get a Waterfall on this Donphan and break his Sturdy, I think. Because I know he's just going to go for Stealth Rocks, expecting me to as well. So, I know that wasn't going to do a whole lot, but like I said, I just wanted to break his Sturdy, maybe try and get him to switch out. And I'm going to set up my own Stealth Rocks because he would have fired off a Rapid Spin anyway. And I kind of just want him to switch back out for now anyway. And I am able to just fire off my Stealth Rocks, and he's going to bring in Vaporeon. I'm fine by that. This thing, he's not going to have anything for me, really. And I'm just going to roar him out into his Arcanine, which obviously is very good for me. Unfortunately, he gets the Intimidate, and he did Toxic me, so this Swampert is going to be really important in dealing with this team, so I definitely want to keep him around. So I feel like I want to switch in my Goodra maybe, but on second hand, I really think he'll go down to a Waterfall, and I just want to fire one off. But he ends up switching into Vaporeon anyway, getting the Water Absorb off. Smart play. I wasn't really thinking of that. Probably should have been. But it doesn't really matter anyway. So yeah, and now, like I said, I don't really want to stay in and have the Intimidate off on me as well as taking toxic damage. So obviously I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to bring in my Snorlax here, my Mipanchu, and that Ice Beam does absolutely nothing. This is the Assault Vest Snorlax, definitely my favorite set to run on Snorlax. It's really cool, very good. I'm expecting him to switch out into Scrafty, so I'm going to try and get a Power-Up Punch off on that switch in, predicting that. Turns out good for me. And that doesn't do a whole lot. I feel like I can live one high jump kick or something, or drain punch. Yeah, I can definitely live that. And I'm just gonna hit him with another power-up punch. The drain punch did 43. I don't really need this thing too terribly. This thing is probably the least useful, so I'm just gonna sack it. It's fine. I don't really need it, and I just need to deal with this Scrafty right away. So I'm just gonna go into my swamp. No, I'm gonna go into my Goodra, I think, and set up some curses. He shouldn't be able to do a whole lot to me, to be honest. Provided I get a few curses off, which I will be able to do, obviously. Unless he somehow has the taunt, which I doubt. So I'm just gonna start setting up with this thing and maybe try and sweep. To be honest, I should be able to, because this, like I was saying earlier, this Goodra is really ridiculously strong when you set up. Unfortunately, it does knock off the leftovers, which is a little bit disappointing. They're kind of needed, but what can you do, you know? What can you do, mate? But yeah, I'm just gonna continue to set up. I don't really care I'm expecting him to switch out into his Vaporeon. I'm expecting him to switch into Vaporeon to go for the Ice Beam at some point, and I can just get a rest off now, and I don't really have anything to worry about. And I'm glad I have the Stealth Rocks up, because Stealth Rocks, as well as many hazards as you can possibly get up, that's why I have the T-Spikes and the Spikes on my Fortress. They go along very well with the Dragon Tail Curse Goodra, because you just constantly toss them around on top of the rocks and all the hazards. It's a very good strategy. I'm probably going to end up making a video about it. And obviously give credit to Pyrotaz for the set, because I did not make this set for Goodra. But I am able to get another curse off. I'm looking very deadly. Even on this +2 defense Scrafty. I'm just going to be able to Dragon Tail him out anyway. And he's going to lose that. All that stat raise, obviously. And I can just continue to toss around his team like I did before. Like I said, this thing helps me win a lot of games. It's a very important sweeper and everything. Unfortunately, he gets the rapid spin off, but still not that big a deal. Still not that big a deal. I don't really care at all, to be honest. And even if he does go into his Vaporeon, I can definitely eat up a bunch of Ice Beams. And I do end up bringing out his Vaporeon, so I'm going to rest because I'm expecting the Ice Beam. And obviously I don't want to die from the second one, which I believe I would go down to 2 at this range. But you never know. Goodra is extremely bulky in the special department. So I'm actually just going to Dragon Tail in case he wants to wish, and he ends up going for the Toxic, and I get a crit, which is nice. But yeah, he gets the Toxic off. Pretty much a waste of a turn. I have rest. Why would you do that? And yeah, I'm pretty much just going to town, tossing around his team. Definitely just going to rest up. I should be able to eat up an Ice Beam from here, to be honest. I'm not too worried about it if I go down. It's not that big a deal. I got enough damage off on his entire team to where I can just sweep with pretty much anything. Probably my Nidoking. Yeah, that only does 20. That's nothing. And unfortunately, he does get the wish off. I don't really care. Like I said, I got rid of that Toxic, and I can just continue to sleep talk and wreck face. Wreck Mons. Wreck Mons, mon. But, anyways, you guys know what's going on. It doesn't really need much of an explanation. I'm going to quiet down for a minute. Or maybe talk less. Because I don't think I'm really adding too much to this equation, if you know what I'm saying. But I am just going to Dragon Tail here. The Scrafty getting its health back. A bit annoying, but he's going to go down. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. And hitting him with a +3. A +3 Dragon Tail is going to do a lot to this thing, so he is just going to get the Drain Punch off. I don't care. His defenses are pretty high. Huh. But this Jolteon will probably go down to a +3 Dragon Tail. I'm hoping it does. Could have HP Ice, but I don't really care. Yeah, he did. And it was a crit, and even still, that did jack shit. It did fuck all and jack shit, guys. And like I said, I have so much damage off on this team. It's pretty much just pissing the wind. You know what I mean? It's worthless. And I'm just gonna rest up on this Arcanine. Get him to frickin' cry. Get him to cry because of how disappointingly awesome and destroying this Goodra is. But anyways, I'm gonna bring you guys on over to the next match now. Hello and welcome, my Pokesluts, to the third installment of this video. The third battle of this motherfucking video! If you made it this far, please leave a thumbs up. Let me know you're a real fan of what I do here on my channel. Oh my god, my cat just started attacking the bed right behind me. And that kind of threw me off for a second. But anyways, I am just going to lead with the old fart knocker here, the Nidoking. I was not really expecting the Chestnut. I was more expecting the Galvantula. Kind of wanted to get an Earth Power off. A little bit unfortunate, but a Sludge Bomb should do a decent amount. And I don't know. I don't really want to see if he has... Actually, I'm going to bait him into the Wood Hammer. See if he has that, or the Leech Seed. He just goes up for the spikes. Fine. I can start setting up curses, but I'd rather get some hazards up of my own first. I'm definitely expecting him to want to go into Florges, though, so I'm going to go into my Fart Knocker, predicting that Florges to come out very nicely, and now I can just drop a Sludge Bomb and pretty much decimate whatever he wants to switch into. And he's just going to stay in, which is definitely debatable, but he does have the Psychic, which is weird. You don't really see that a whole lot on Florges, but that's okay. I can just definitely go into Mr. Shellfishington here, my fortress, and start... I can Heavy Slam this thing if he wants to stay in. He is just going to switch out into Chandelure. I'm fine by that. I didn't really lose anything from doing that. I would like to get hazards up, like I said, but it's not really a big deal. And I can definitely bring my Swampert in, or my Snorlax. I'm going to bring in my Snorlax. It should go down to a crunch at this range of health. And the Fire Blast does absolutely nada. I'm Snorlax, AV Snorlax, bitch. I don't really care what you have. And I do get a nice crit there on the Metacham. Very lucky, very lucky. So I think I just want to hit him with a Body Slam. Probably going to die to a high jump kick. Not that big a deal. Snorlax is pretty weak to his team here. And, yeah, now I can just go into my Fabio, my Mr. Swampert Mega. Definitely eat up anything this guy wants to throw at me. I'm expecting the switch into the... oh, he has Baton Pass. Interesting. But I'm definitely expecting the... wow. Definitely expecting the Chestnut to come out, as he does come out. And, what do I want to do? This thing is a bit of a threat. But, I'm definitely just going to see if he has the grass move now. He does have the Wood Hammer. That turns out very nicely for me. And now I can just start to set up pretty much. Or I can afford to definitely just Dragon Tail in case he wants to switch out, which I'm sure he will. Not really sure what he has for an item yet on that thing. And he does end up bringing out his Vaporeon, which is fine. And I end up dragging him out into his Galvantula, which is very nice for me. I really wanted to do that. To break this thing's potential sash. Usually that's what people run on a Galvantula, is the Focus Sash. But he's going to switch back into his Vaporeon. I do not care. I'm just going to set up on you, buddy. Or not set up. I'm going to set up hazards on you, rather. And T-spikes are definitely going to be pretty useful here. He ends up switching out into his Chandelure. I don't really care. Like I said, I just want to get the hazards off, and I can pretty much go right back into my Goodra or my Swampert just fine. It's kind of a 50-50 between whether he's going to go for Energy Ball predicting the Swampert or the Fire Blast for my Goodra. But either way, my Goodra can eat up both. So my Goodra is definitely the better play there. And now I'm just going to go right back into my fortress, expecting him to switch out so I can set up spikes. Like I said, I just want to get hazards up. He does bring out the Vaporeon, which is very nice for me. And now, like I said, I can definitely start setting up some spikes on him. And that's definitely just going to destroy his team with the Dragon Tail Goodra once I start setting up, you know. Like I said, like I've been doing. You guys know the routine. And, yeah, I can pretty much... I'm just going to go for the spikes. I don't really need this thing anymore. Actually, yeah, I don't really need this thing anymore. I'm just going to go for a spike again. I will go down to the Fire Blast. I don't really care at all, to be honest with you. To be fully honest with you, and now I can just set up with my Goodra and pretty much win. Or I can go into my Swampert, which is, I think I want to do that, and just fire off an Earthquake. It'll do a lot to pretty much anything on his team. And actually, to be honest, I might want to start roaring around his team, because that'll definitely fuck up his team a lot. But I am just going to go for the Waterfall. He's going to stay in anyway. No real need to show the Earthquake yet. At least I don't think I've shown the Earthquake. But I know he has to be expecting the Earthquake, but even still, no reason to show it. And he's going to bring in his Chestnut. That is just fine with me. I can definitely just switch in my Goodra, buddy. I definitely can just switch in my Goodra. Did you guys hear that? And he is just going to continue to go for the Wood Hammer. I really don't care. Must be it's all he has for a stab move. I don't know. Don't really care, buddy. I'm just going to continue to Dragon Tail you around. And obviously, he is either a noob or he just doesn't have anything else, because he has now given me +2 attack. Like I said, it can continue to Dragon Tail around his whole team. Toss him around, have fun with him, juggle him about. Unfortunately, obviously, the Dragon Tail won't do anything to the Florges. But if I can drag him out into his Florges, that'll be great, because I can get the damage off with the spikes and with the poison, obviously. And wow. Wow, folks. He gets the freeze hacks. Can't say I don't deserve it, but that's really disappointing. But obviously this Florges is going to go down anyway, pretty much. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to go into my Swampert. I don't really lose anything by doing this. I don't care if he wants to Moonblast or Psychic. He will go down to the Toxic. He will go down. And if he wants to go into Chestnut, that's fine. I can just go right back into my Goodra. And yeah, you're pretty much going to die pretty soon anyway. To be honest, I could sack my Swampert, but I don't really need to. And he is just going to have to go for the Wood Hammer. Obviously, it must be all he has is grass stab moves, which is unfortunate to bring to a Goodra fight, as he does have the Sap Sipper, obviously. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm continuously frozen. But my special bulk is ridiculous, so I don't really know why he would switch into his Galvantula. Um, I don't know. That's pretty much the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a thumbs up if you did. My name is Another Soviet. I'm going to be posting more often now, getting more videos out to you guys. And, yeah, stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay up to date with all my latest Pokemon videos. They're going to be coming out more often now than obviously they have been in a while. I've had a little bit of a hiatus. I apologize for that. But I'm going to be turning that around, so I'll see you guys soon. Love y'all. Peace out. Peace soup. And, yeah, stay in tune. Yeah, bye.